Alrighty, folks, another day's in the books for the stock market, and we had a pretty good day overall, except for the Russell. The Russell did not do so well. It went down 1.2%, down 25 points, but the S&P went up around, let's see here, 0.1%, triple Q up around 0.25%, as we had the Dow up 0.4%, and the VIX also went up a little bit. I think earlier in the day it was up a bit more, but the VIX is pretty much hovering right around 13 points, so we have to go over the indexes here. We'll break down SPY and triple Q, and we're going to get into a couple of earnings. Well, really, just one company, CrowdStrike, that just reported. We're going to break them down in this video, so smash the like button, guys, and make sure to subscribe. And of course, we're going to break down some other stocks after CrowdStrike, so stick on throughout the video. And oh, by the way, get your free stocks for Moomoo, up to 15 stocks with at least a $100 deposit. Check out that link down below. The QR code's right here, or just go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's get into it. And here I am again, drinking one of these prebiotic sodas, whatever you want to call them. But cheers, guys, and let's get into it. So right off the bat, again, SPY had a 0.1% green day, and what do I see right here on the 20-day 1-hour chart? We have an inverse head and shoulders, which is actually a really good sign for the bulls. You guys can see right here, clear as day, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we're seeing a pop over the moving averages as of today, and we're also getting a golden cross, which is really good news. So we can see SPY is starting to rebound quite aggressively off the lows from 2 trading days ago, which we hit about 518. Now we're up around $10 off those lows, or about 2%, and we're pretty much right by the highs from yesterday, being about 528.29, 530. Let me actually pull it up. It looks like yesterday we almost got to 530, so we're back to test that point, and if that level breaks, guys, we could be going for all-time highs. I know it's crazy, but we could be going to all-time highs yet again. We're only a stone's throw away at this point. And triple Q, if I pull that up, excuse me, guys, we don't really have, actually, I guess we do have an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Pretty clear as day, actually, as I zoom in now. We can see the left shoulder, the head, then the right shoulder right here, and we're also trying to break out. Well, actually, SPY's already breaking out. Triple Q's trying to break out here on this time frame. Actually, was I looking at the same time frame on SPY? Yeah, looks like SPY, yup, they're breaking out of the moving averages on the 1 hour. Triple Q isn't yet, but we're pretty much right there, guys. We'll see how that plays out. If it does take out, let's say 455, 457-ish, that's where a breakout to all-time highs could be coming on this as well. And talk about a sharp rebound off of Friday's lows where we hit 443. Now we're at 454, and earlier we were over 455, guys. So we're up almost 3% off the lows from Friday, which is a great sign for the bulls. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about the indexes, what's going on there. And without further ado, let's get into CrowdStrike's earnings. CRWD is the ticker, and let's see what's going on here on the charts. So I didn't actually look at the earnings yet, or the charts for that matter. So CrowdStrike closed, it looks like, at 305.50, and it dumped down, oh my goodness, to 276 initially when the numbers came out. So it dumped almost 11% there, and now it looks like we recovered and we're nicely in the green as of what, 4:45 when I'm making this video, 45 minutes after close here on the East Coast, guys. So it looks like we're up from 276 to now 326, $50 off the lows, guys, that we hit just a half hour ago, pretty much. So we're up 18% off the lows. Pretty nuts. So it looks like here CRWD, CrowdStrike, ended up reporting adjusted EPS of 93 cents. That beat the 89 cents expected. Sales $921 million roughly versus $904 million expected. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue. And let's see their guidance. Very important here, guys. They see Q2 EPS of 98 to 99 cents versus 91 cents expected, and revenue 958 to 961 million versus 954 million expected. That's for Q2, guys. And looks like full year EPS guidance is also above the estimates. Looks like EPS $3.93 to $4.03 versus the $3.91 expected, and revenue, you guessed it, is also above the estimates for full year guidance. 3.97 to 4.01 billion versus 3.97 billion. So yeah, they beat EPS, beat revenue, guidance for the next quarter and for the full year above the estimates. That's a recipe for a stock to pretty much go crazy. And I'm not sure why it dumped initially. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's before the markets realized the guidance. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, if you bought that dip, now you're looking pretty good just from 30 minutes ago. It's crazy. If you bought that dip, now you're up 15 to 20%. Unbelievable. Just like that. So yeah, CrowdStrike crushed it. We're not going to dive too deep into the actual earnings release, but those are the main the key numbers that you want to look at when you're looking at just the scope overall. When a company reports earnings, you want to see their EPS, their revenue, their guidance for the quarter, for the full year, if they're providing it, which not every company provides it. I like it, obviously, when they do. But, yeah, looks like that's what we're getting. And the stock is liking it. We're up a good chunk now. After the bell, we're up about 6-7%. And this stock, if we pull the layers back a little bit, actually got beaten down a good chunk heading into earnings. It was at 360, and that was just about a week ago, if that. We hit 360. Now we're at 326, but at one point we got to 276 earlier after the bell. So we were down 23% heading into, or not heading into earnings, but with that initial drop in earnings or after earnings. And on the 4-hour chart here, CrowdStrike still looks pretty good. And guys, what do we have here? This is an inverse head and shoulders as well. It's crazy. We're seeing these all over the place right now, guys. What's going on? But look at that. We have the left shoulder. We got the head right here. Boom. Got the right shoulder right there. You guys see that? So let's see if we do end up breaking out, man. Seeing a push back to the mid 300s. This actually looks pretty good for a trade. I'm considering it, actually. We'll see how it plays out. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments as always. And let me quickly break down some other stocks here that I'm looking at. We talked about CCL yesterday. This one went up yet again today, guys. And look, it went up 6%. Now we're pushing $17 per share. And what are we breaking? We're taking out this channel that we talked about, and you guys can see we're breaking out of the highs from the end of May. It looks like the 20th of May roughly we hit 1630. We're getting out of there. Now we're starting to break towards the highs from the end of March. This looks really good on CCL, so let's see if this momentum can continue. Again, we talked about this yesterday. We just called it out. Now it's breaking out. That's awesome. Looks like Coinbase is also making a move. Let me actually show you guys COIN very quickly. Coinbase is now taking out the moving averages and this channel that we also called out here on the YouTube channel, right? We can see now we're above the moving averages, starting to get out of the channel. So this looks pretty good for a continuation play. Now we're testing the highs from the end of last week, being about 245. I'll set my alert maybe at 250, a little bit above that point. If we break out of here, we could be going a lot higher, in my opinion. This is more of a momentum play, of course. Catches fire quick, especially if Bitcoin is seeing a big move. Of course, Coinbase is going to follow, most likely, right? Not guaranteed, of course. And the crazy thing is, guys, Coinbase is not even near all-time highs. That's the wild thing, right? You would think Coinbase is crushing it, right? The stock's on fire. Well, I guess it is compared to where it was in 2023. But looking at the all-time high, we're still $200 away. Pretty crazy if you think about it. And let me see what else here, guys. Looks like Adobe rebounded pretty nicely today, which it's pretty beaten down heading into earnings coming up here, looks like in the next week or two. Yeah, it looks like they're set to report on the 13th of June. So this is interesting, guys. We are down a lot from the past couple of months, from where we were in the past couple of months. We're down 30% from highs, but I don't know. Is Adobe a good value here? I'm not too sure. I mean, I've been on the channel saying, 300, 350 would be a spot. I'd consider it. Now we're at 450. I don't know. Might have to do some more digging into it, and maybe if they tank after earnings, it could make an entry into the portfolio. We shall see, guys. And let me do one more quick one here. Looks like Hershey is looking pretty decent. This is one that I actually added to my watch list a couple of months ago, and obviously I know what Hershey is. I've been there in PA. Pretty awesome, right? And of course the brand, the candy, obviously. But somebody brought it back to my attention, and it was very beaten down. I think it was in the 180s when they did this, and this was on TikTok Live. Shameless plug. Follow me on TikTok, guys, at Stas Talk Stocks. Link down below. And it's slowly starting to climb now. This looks really good on the charts, and it looks like we're starting to push the top of the channel here. Maybe we make a move towards 210, 212. Totally in the cards. So, yeah, those are a couple of stocks, some thoughts on the markets, CrowdStrike's earnings. I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for a Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit, guys. Check out that link down below, the QR code right here, or just go to StasSurfS.com/Moomoo. And of course, if you want to check out the Patreon where I build out my private portfolio, the Discord chats there, and more, check it out down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.